Hi, this is Aaron with Tideline Marketing. Welcome. Today we're at my boat. It's an Arima 22. Project is going to be to replace our trim tab actuators. So right now we've got Bennett hydraulic versions on there. They don't work anymore. We're going to replace them with Lectrotab. They're electromechanical versions. This is a specific kit made to replace the Bennett hydraulic. Should be a pretty easy direct replacement, and in fact all of the brackets are going to have the same hole spacing, so hopefully no more holes in the boat, because I don't like drilling holes in boats. We're going to take you through the process and show you how easy it is to make this swap. Let's dig in. Okay, we're inside the boat. We have our official hydraulic fluid collection device. We're going to undo this mechanical fitting and see if we can start taking stuff apart. No fluid in there. Nice. Oh, coming out of here though. Let's see if we can't twist that off. Exciting. All right. Well, that's what was through the transom. But I heard something drop, so I think that was the rest of the tab. Okay, well, I don't know if you guys heard it when I was taking it apart from the inside, but there was a clunk, and sure enough, that's what dropped. So, looks like that little pipe was just threaded to the inside there. So we've got that out. We're gonna clean up this area and get it ready for our new install. I'm going to use a little bit of soap. Make sure this is super clean. There's no more hydraulic fluid. A lot of the sealants that you're going to end up using are not going to be happy sticking to hydraulic fluid, so we're going to make sure that's a really clean surface. There's actually two kits, depending on which Bennett actuator you have. So the way they differentiate them is there are rings on the Bennett. There's a 2-ring version and a 3-ring version. A little hard to tell. But right here we have a 1, 2, 3. This is our 3-ring version. The other thing you want to look at are the actual tabs in good condition. This boat, for most of its life, sat on a lift. These stainless tabs are in great shape, so we're just going to replace the actuator. Okay, we're going to unbox what Lectrotab sent us. So the first thing in the box, this is the SLC11. That's the controller that I opted to use, and we'll show you that as we install it. The other thing is there are 2 of these brand new actuators. Now if we look, we've got an upper bracket. This is going to be the same hole spacing, so that should be a really easy install. Similarly, this is going to have the same hole spacing as existing and even includes some stainless hardware. It also includes the cable, which has 2 power wires and then also a vent tube, and we'll explain the importance of that as we get closer to install. Okay, so this is the old Bennett. You see, this is the bracket for the new Lectrotab, and they are not drilled. And you look on the back, there's 2 sets of holes. The inner set of holes, that's I'm showing you here, that's what you need to drill out. Or you can look, you can mate it up, and that is what fits perfectly on here. So I've got a block of wood, I've got a 1/4-inch drill bit, and we're just going to drill out these inner holes. And there we have it. So back over at the boat, we've got our bracket that we just drilled out. We're going to test fit that, make sure that fits well, and that lines up perfectly. And this center hole right here, that's going to be what the power and vent tube goes through, right in the middle, and that lines up real well too. What we're going to do, I have a sealant. I have my Sikaflex 291, good for above and below the water line. I'm going to use that. I'm going to seal the 3 screw holes, but not the middle hole. We need to be able to fish that wire through there, and we don't want goop going all the way through our boat. So I'm going to seal these up and install the upper bracket with some stainless steel screws. All right, brackets installed. We've got our actuator and 23 feet of cable. So we're gonna get that run through and sent up to the helm. And we can keep moving on the install here. So let's look at what we've got. We've got the bottom bracket attached to the tab. Top bracket is fully installed. The one thing we didn't do yet, we didn't put the goop, we didn't put the sealant where the cable goes through the hull. So we know everything fits. We're going to undo this bolt here. And seal that hole with sealant, and then we'll put it all back together and tighten everything up. Okay, so we've got our new Lectrotab actuators installed in the transom. Now we're up here at the helm. We're going to install the controls. This is the old Bennett controls, and this is the new Lectrotab SLC11. So it's manual control. It's easier to use. We're going to get a lot. It's obviously a much better appearance, but it's going to be better functionality as well. I don't really know how to take this apart, but I'm going to start poking at it with a screwdriver and see if we can't break it or shake something loose. Oh. All right. So, yep. So there's a faceplate here, and that comes right off, and it looks like it's just 4 Phillips head screws once you pop that off. All right, and I don't think we will need any of these wires, so I'm just gonna disconnect them and we'll send them back through. All right, got rid of that. So on the controller, there's 2 diagrams. One is a wiring for long wire actuators, and one is wiring for an interconnect cable. We've got the long wire. We've got a 23-foot wire that's coming all the way in. The other version would have a strip at the back, a terminal strip, and there'd be a transition area. So we're going to do wiring for long wire actuators. See how this fits. Oh man, I mean, that doesn't really get any easier. That's beautiful. All right, so there's that, and then there's this backing block. We're going to get this behind it, and I'll be right back with you. We've got the control hooked up. We've got our wires fished forward, and I just stripped the end off. Let's take a look here. So there's 3. How do we do that? There we go. 3, a black, a white, and a tube. Now this is what I really like about the Lectrotab system. So this tube, when there's basically a duct bill, there's a one-way valve in the actual actuator cylinder. So when it expands, it needs more air. It sucks air from this tube, which is all the way up here at the helm where it's a nice dry location. when it compresses, there's a one-way valve. It does not let that air out. It doesn't come back through the valve. And so there's positive pressure inside that actuator. And what that means with the positive pressure inside is that no water's ever going to be able to get in past that positive pressure. So terminates all the way up here, nice and dry. It's pulling clean, dry air down to the cylinder. So I've got this. I'm going to strip these back, put my connectors on, and we're going to hook it up according to this wiring diagram right here. Okay, well that's it. You saw them work, saw them go down, saw them go up. The only part you missed, ran 12 volt power to the SLC controller. I put it inline 20 amp fuse, and that's all. I did wire it to one of the gauges. Basically, you need any switched power source, and that means that when you turn the key off, your Lectrotab actuators will automatically retract your tabs. But that's all there is to it. Super easy switch. Thanks for watching.